What's going on YouTube? Tass here, bringing you Road to FIFA eWORLD Cup episode number 3. And today, guys, this will probably be the happiest I'll ever be, bar winning an event. Because today, guys, I'm bringing you a 40 out of 40 gameplay. And it's not just a 40 out of 40 gameplay. It's when it matters. In qualification, when all the marbles were on the line for me, I came out and got a 40, as you can tell by the title. First 40 of FIFA 18. I think I hit like 10 or 11 on FIFA 17. And I was a bit worried because I think I was the first person to hit one on Xbox on FIFA 17. And it took me a while to get a 40 on FIFA 18. I was thinking, Tass, are you okay? Is everything okay? But everything's okay, don't worry. We just had a couple hiccups, and if anything, when the pressure was on the line and it was a lot tougher than, you know, hitting it week 1. You know, there was pressures and stuff like that. I was able to push through. Don't get me wrong. I wasn't heading into the weekend like, Tass, you better hit a 40. I was heading into the weekend saying, Tass, you better hit a 39. So I was allowing a loss. Any more than a loss, I was going to be annoyed. So as you can see by episode 2, I got 37 wins. And I was around 30th in the month, and it's obviously qualification. And basically, I needed to up myself, you know. It's top 64 qualifiers. I was like 35th. I was a bit shaky. I think I was like 3 wins behind getting knocked out the top 64. Because I hit a 37 with a disconnect. Things happen, guys. And I needed to bounce back. Great players bounce back, apparently. So, here is the bounce back. And, yeah, man, absolutely relieved. This was crucial for my situation. And to come out with a 40, I'm buzzing about it. Now, I'm doing the commentary, this post-commentary, a day or two after the weekend league. So, this is released on Tuesday. I'm literally doing the commentary on a Tuesday. So, my memory doesn't remember the greatness too much, but as you can tell at the beginning of the video, I showed you guys my team. I'm not going to walk through it too much because there's a lot of things to talk about. R9. You'll see at the end of the video, I'll show you guys the stats of my Messi, my R9, my Cristiano. Who's the guy that stuck out for Tass? And in Tass's opinion, who's the guy that got him through this weekend? And I mean, don't know what I was doing there for that goal for De Gea, but basically a goal for De Gea. But look at this for a left foot shot. Bang! Ridiculous. Ridiculous. That's what a 5-star can do. And I'm telling you guys, in general for FIFA, 2-footed players are a lot more important than even having a wizard who just has one amazing foot. Example, hypothetically, Diego Maradona, 3-star weak foot. Would I be a fan of him? I highly doubt it. So, but anyway, what did I really want to talk about this weekend? Well, we could talk about the gameplay, of course, but let's talk a bit about the qualification. I was in, not a do or die situation, but if I hit like a 37 again, which would just about get me top 100 for the week, I was putting myself in an issue to, put myself in a bad issue to not qualify. Now obviously, of course, I could still not qualify heading into week 4, but I've put myself in a scenario where, you know, I don't need a fantastic result in week 4 to get myself that top 64. So that's the beauty of this 40. So this was a crucial week, and I was not messing about all week, guys. I was stressing. All week I was angry. You know, certain players I was talking to and stuff, if they were here, they would tell you, Jesus, Tass was in a different mood. I was in a different mood after last week. You know, I didn't blame myself too much. You guys, if you did watch the episode, would have seen I lost 2 penalty shootouts. I don't think I lost in my last 10. So you didn't get to see the losses, but I lost 2 penalty shootouts and had to disconnect. So, but I was still annoyed with myself. I wasn't playing great FIFA. So this week, I was locked in. I was like, listen, it's time to get emotions out of it. Thierry Henry, it pains me to say it. Listen, he's a great player. It's not his fault why he's been dropped, but then you'd think, Tass, you've dropped Thierry Henry. Obviously, there was something wrong. No. There's a lot of coinage, and Jesus, what a strike from Ronaldo. My Cristiano Ronaldo was off chemistry, right? Take that into consideration, number 1. Thierry goes for a lot. If it's prime Henry, I'm never getting rid of him. Because you guys seen some of the stats that my 90 Henry's putting out. So there's no way I would get rid of the prime one, but it is in the prime one. And my Cristiano's off chem, and I have an opportunity to bump my team up drastically with an R9. With making some changes to the team, which is what I've done, and I thought, you know what, R9 could be that guy. He fits the way I want to play the game. Strong, tall, decently tall. Strong, tall, quick, dribble, shot, physical. I mean, I've literally labelled every attribute. And in the weak foot as well, which is absolutely crucial, in my opinion. But yeah, man, in these last 10 games, from my memory, the highlights don't really show how great R9 is, and as you can see right there, R9's like, relax, I'm finishing dinners for you while you say that. But it was more so in the first 20-30 games. Jesus Christ. Did this man put on a show for everyone. Now you'll see by the goals per game record that Cristiano had in R9 had, you could tell that R9 has carried me more so. But here's a really good team that I played. But anyway, one other thing that I want to talk about is I changed formation this weekend. I went to 2 strikers. I thought, you know what, Tass, you got Cristiano, you got Ronaldo. Do you know what I mean? You got Ronaldo. It's time to shove them both up top and start just ambushing people. Like, it was a bit less of a tactical weekend. I didn't play FIFA as tactically. I remember this was a decent goal I think I built up. No, I'm not too sure. I think it was a decent goal, was it? No. There's a goal I remember that sticks out. But, yeah, so I thought, you know what, I'm going to just go for it. Because I've got 2 people who are goal hanging who are surely going to cause people all types of problems. So usually I would use the 4-3-2-1. I abandoned it this weekend. The odd time I would switch to it. And bar that, I was using the 4-3-1-2, and I like that pass right there to Messi. That's what I like. Now, I don't know how it looks watching it, if it looked like, oh, that was a really good ball, if that was great vision. But I remember in the moment celebrating that goal because I was like, that was decent. So sometimes, like, in the moment, you do something and you think it's sick, and then you watch it back and you're like, it doesn't even look that good. But in reality, it is. It's just, you know, when you're watching something back, it doesn't always look as good as in the moment where you have to react in that split second. But somehow his keeper saves that. R9 left foot, don't worry. Got the rebounds. Got them all covered. And this guy was a really good player. I was just very fortunate to be burying a lot of the stuff that I had. And I believe there is 1 game coming up that was a bit dodgy. Or 2 games, actually. That were kind of dodgy. Kind of. But other than that, I had 1 game in the weekend where it was extremely dodgy. And it was against a guy who was streaming like 3K viewers. A German YouTuber, I believe he is, or a streamer. Matched up with him. He had a better team than me. Like, believe it or not, the team that you saw at the beginning of the video, the guy had a better team than me. He had my R9. He had my Cristiano. He had a better Hullet than me. I've got the 86 Hullet. He had the 90. He has my Vieira. He had, like, all the centre-backs, whatever, full-back, whatever. He had Maradona as well. I mean, it was crazy. And it went extra time and I ended up winning. It is on the Champions channel if you guys want to check that game out. Or, yeah, that's the way to check that game out. Because it wasn't my last 10 for me to have been recording it. And let's just say I went through major heart attacks in that game. But luckily pulled through and got into that last 10 still intact for that 40-0. Now, my previous weekends, guys, I was losing like around 12-0, 16-0. So this weekend I made an extreme effort. Now, you know, I could say I want to make this effort, but in reality, it's not really in my control. And I love that movement there from R9 and that finish. That is incredible. But I was like, okay, Tass, you're losing before 20-0. So you're not even getting to 20 wins, which is putting pressure on you to even hit a 39. Like, it's not like I'm sitting there 25-0. I'll drop the game 28-1, and I'm trying to hit that 39 wins. I'm literally 12-0, 16-0 losing. And in my opinion, it's just my opinion. If you want to aim for them 38s, 39s, 40s, to lose before 20 wins, you're putting yourself in a bit of trouble. So this weekend, especially after the last 2 weekends losing before 20, I was like, Tass, you're getting to 20-0. But at the end of the day, I mean, what I mean by I made a concerted effort, it was more so because I had failed to do it in the last 2 weeks, so it was in my head. So whenever I was like 15-0, my record was like 15-0, 16-0, I always was like concentrating extremely. Even though I was far away from finishing the weekend, I was like, these are the games that matter more than the last 10. Does that make any sense? Like, somehow the games at 15-0 meant more to me than the games at 30-0. If that makes sense to you guys. If it doesn't, I understand, because I don't really know what I've just said. But yeah, I feel like losing late is not as bad as losing early. Because losing early, you could then have a shambolic weekend, hypothetically. But that's just my opinion. And right here, very interesting thing happened. Now, I haven't showed you a lot of the highlights, but I missed a bunch of chances. And this guy at 2-1, I haven't showed you the chances, was probably like, okay, he's had so many chances, I can't be bothered with this anymore. And thank you, but you probably didn't need to do that because it's a 2-1 game. And if anything, there's 2 ways to look at it. I'm missing all these chances. Okay, I can't stop him. He's going to keep creating them. He's going to score them. Or it's going to be like, I mean, he's missed them, so maybe it's my lucky day to win the game. So that was interesting that he left. I was shocked, to say the least. But right here, as you can see, 2 games remaining. Oh, man. There's still 1 week of stress to go. But the key is to put yourself for qualification. I'm going off last year. Do you know what I mean? Because obviously, you know, the same sort of format existed of 40 weekend league games on FIFA 17. And right here, I got a very fortunate goal. I remember this. This guy was blocking everything and boom! Cristiano, full chemistry, not on 7 chem. Gets me a huge goal. And as you can see, it's only 1-0 at the 45th mark. And we score a 45th minute goal. It's not really a typical 45th minute goal that you're like, oh, Tass, 45th minute. Sort of like really patient build-up. And we get an extra pass here, I believe. Yep, Walker's on the overlap there. He doesn't commit to him. I feed it to him and Walker finishes it. That was a huge goal. Huge. I remember celebrating that goal like I had won the Paris Regionals event all over again. Which I hadn't. But anyway... Moving on to the second half, as you can see, 75th minute, nothing to talk about. So basically, it was tough to break this guy down. As you can tell by the 2 goals, especially the first goal, it was a bit of a dodgy goal, wasn't it? So it wasn't too convincing in terms of I wasn't creating clear-cut chances, but this was a decent goal from the beginning of the build-up to the end. That's a pretty cool goal. And I had a cute pause because I was going to change formation and, you know, keep possession a bit more because I was 2-0 up. And I'm obviously 4-3-1-2, which is a very aggressive formation. It's probably smart to change. But as you can see, going into the last game, you'd think, Tass... Is there any point of us sitting here watching this game? Because surely you're not going to mess up the last game. And surely off the first couple of highlights, it will nowhere near seem like I could mess up this game. But believe it or not, this game could have gone horrifically wrong. Now, while I say this, you know, we're getting a fortunate situation go our way here. With you know, he gets a save there, which he probably shouldn't have saved, but at the end of the day, he saved, and I've got the rebound, fortunately. And right here, 10 minutes in, 2 goals up. And I remember at this point, I'm like, okay, this is a win, right? But then as the game went on, I analysed him. This guy was a player who was really good on the ball, very unpredictable. And I don't like playing people like that. They're very unpredictable offensively. He was very unpredictable, but very leaky at the back. So that was the positive. But the negative was, as you can see, very leaky at the back. But the negative was, which you won't see at the moment, is in these 45 minutes, he had many chances that he didn't score. So, not clear-cut, but like half chances. So I was like, not convinced about this game. But right here, you're probably like, Tass, what are you on about? You're 3-0 up. Is that really what you're on about? Just because he was getting some half chances, you're moaning about possibly not winning this game? This moment right here that you're about to watch is where the game could have turned on its damn head. 3-0. I would have been happy with going 3-0 into halftime, but they, you know, I get given a penalty, which watching the replay back is a penalty, I guess, maybe. I mean, if I'm explaining to this to you negatively, you know what's about to happen, right? Yeah, that's about to happen. R9 misses a penalty. It's a terrible penalty from myself. He ends up saving it. We go into halftime. He has a bit of momentum. And at this point, I'm like, Tass, are you reliving Istanbul in FIFA? And this guy chips it in and says, yes, Tass, I'm going to try and give you the Istanbul. He gets the Gerrard header. He needs the Schmeichel long shot. And then he needs the Alonso pen. And it's the 73rd minute. There's a lot of time on the clock. He does very patient, annoying build-up. And as you can see from this build-up, you know, he's not crapping himself here. He's taking his time. And this is very nerve-wracking for me. Now, my Maldini gets very unfortunate there. And he gets a lucky break. And he buries it with Jesus, one of the best players or most OP players on FIFA 18. But after that, I do change formation, Tass it about, as people do say. And fortunately, we get the win. But it wasn't all plain sailing. I remember after the game, and I wasn't even celebrating the 40 initially. I was like, it was more so a relief. And more so annoyance, because I'm 3-0 up with a penalty. Why has that game turned so close? But that's FIFA. That's what happens when pressure's on the line. Sometimes silly things can happen. But luckily, we were mentally strong enough to overcome that. We come second in the world. Unfortunately, Megabit, who's an unbelievable player this year, and last year, to be honest, gets a couple more skill points than us and takes that first place in the world, unfortunately, which sucks. But Latka's up there with a 40, and we are there with a 40. I changed my gamer tag to LeBron. Favourite basketball player, in case you are wondering. Or is he my favourite basketball player? I do like Russell Westbrook. I don't know. That's just sort of off topic. But right here, I'm showing you the stats. So Messi, you saw, I don't know what he got, but it wasn't good. Ronaldo's literally a goal per game, with a lot of assists, to be fair. 49 assists for a striker, but here's the guy. Does that not stick out like a sore thumb? He has 50 more goals than Cristiano Ronaldo. 52, I believe, if we're being exact. But obviously, way less assists. That's what that guy does, guys. But other than that, not really much else to say. I've blabbered on. It's been a beautiful weekend. Wish me luck for week 4. FUT Champs rewards coming this week. I believe it's a stack team of the week. But other than that, guys, this video has been long enough. If you did enjoy the video, please leave a like on the video, subscribe. If you are new, leave a comment below. What did you get in the weekend league? Are you proud of me to hit a 40? Because I was in a bit of trouble. But yeah, till next time, guys, we'll catch you later.